Hello, my name is Steve. In this video, I want to show you how to make this anime house with Blender. Let's go. In this video, we will do the modeling part, and in the next video, I'll show you how to create materials and light the scene. You can also download the full project for free. Link in the description. As you can see, I'm using Blender 4.2 for this project. So, let's select the General option to create a new project. I'm turning on the screencast keys so you can see the actions of my mouse and keyboard on the bottom left side of the screen. Now, delete everything except the default cube. We are going to use it as the base model of our house. Select the default cube, hold the Control key, and hit G to grab and Z to move it on the Z-axis. Now, hit the Tab key to enter Edit mode. Select the Surface Select option. You can also do it with numpad 3. Then select the top surface, hit G and Z on the keyboard, and move it up a little bit. With the top surface selected, hit I to inset, hit 1 on the numpad to go to the front view. Hit Alt-Z to see inside our cube with X-ray mode. Hit E to extrude and Z to create an empty space inside our cube. Now you can hit Alt-Z again to get out of X-ray mode. Now let's hit Ctrl-R to create a loop cut and pull it up a little bit. Go to the front view by hitting 1 on the numpad. Let's add another loop cut here. Go to Vertex mode with 1 on the keyboard, or by selecting the option on the top right corner of the window. Enter X-ray mode and delete all of these vertices here. Now, we are going to add a mirror modifier to our object. Go to the Modifiers tab and hit the Add Modifier button. Search for Mirror Modifier and select it. We want to check the X-axis and turn the clipping option on. Now let's add another loop cut here. In Face Select mode, select these faces. Shift-D to duplicate them and P to separate them and make them a new mesh. Hit Tab to get out of Edit mode and select only this new part. The good thing is that this mesh has the same mirror modifier as well. Go to Edit mode again and hit A to select all faces. Hit E and then the Escape button, then S to scale it, Shift-Z to scale only in X and Y directions. Now hit 7 on the numpad to go to the top view and adjust the size of it from here. Select this face and in the top view, adjust it as well. Now select these faces and grab them with G and put them down a little. I like to scale them down a little as well. Now let's create a door for our house. Select the main mesh and create a loop cut around here. Select it, and in the front view, hit S, X, and 0 to make it straight. As you can see, we need a loop cut outside as well. With X-ray mode on, hit G and Z to adjust the position of it. We need another loop cut outside here as well. Select the inside and outside faces, right-click, and choose the Bridge Faces option. You can select this face and delete it. Now we have a space for a door. I like to turn on the cavity option to see the model better. In the front view, you can select these vertices and adjust the size of the door. To create the windows, I like to use the Boolean modifier. So first, make sure you enable the Bool Tool add-on by hitting the F4 button, going to Blender Preferences, and enabling it in the Add-on tab. Now, let's create a cube for our window by hitting Shift-A. S to scale it, and without moving it, go to Edit mode, hit A to select everything, and G to position it properly. I like to scale it a little as well. Once you're happy with the position, go back to Object Mode and duplicate the cube with Shift-D. We will need this one later. Let's add a mirror modifier to our cube. With the Bool tool enabled, first select the cube and then the house. Hit Ctrl- to subtract. Now we have the holes for our window. Let's add a mirror modifier to this cube as well. In Edit mode, select everything with A and scale it on the Y-axis. Select these two faces and delete them. Let's scale them down a little bit more and right-click to select the Extrude Faces Along Normals option. In the Snapping menu, select Snap to Face. Now, first select this face and then A. Move them on the Y-axis and hold Ctrl. Now you can snap it on the surface of the house. Now we have our window frames. In Edit mode, turn on Edge Select and select these edges. Hit Ctrl-B to bevel and you can adjust the bevel from here. Let's add 6 segments and increase the width of the bevel. Let's repeat this process for the inside of our frame as well. In Object Mode, you can right-click and select Shade Auto Smooth option. Let's add another cube and adjust the size of it in Edit mode. Scale it on the Y-axis as well. Select these edges and bevel them with the same technique that we used for the window frames. In Edit mode, select everything, Shift-D and X to create another one. Now you can hit Shift-R to repeat the duplication multiple times. Let's adjust the scale to fill inside the window. Now select everything and hit R and X to rotate on the X-axis and put it in here. Let's add a mirror modifier for this part as well. In Edit mode, hit Shift-A and add a cylinder. Let's reduce the vertices to 15. Scale it and position it properly. Rotate it on the X-axis and put it in the right position. A quick tip for selection in Edit mode. In Face Selection, you can deselect everything and hover your mouse on the part you want to select and hit L to select the part you want. Now let's create another one for the other side with Shift-D. As you can see, it's mirrored to the other window as well. Alright, let's add some more details to the house walls. Press Shift+A to create a plane. In Edit mode, move it in front of the house and rotate it 90 degrees on the X-axis. Scale it and add a mirror modifier. Use snapping to move it onto the wall. With X-ray mode on, select the vertices and position them properly. Switch to face selection and extrude it with E. Now with just some extrusion and duplication, you can create the rest of it, so I'll speed up the process. Use the slash button to isolate the model and edit it separately. I'll add more details and adjust the parts until I'm happy with them. Select the Boolean object and in edit mode, duplicate it with Shift-D. This way we can create more windows. I made 2 windows for the second floor. Now duplicate them to make the side windows. I also copied some parts of the first floor to add more details around these new windows. Next, we'll duplicate the floor faces to create the second floor. Extrude them with E to give them a little thickness. Using a cube, I'll make some parts to put under the roof sections. I'll duplicate them and repeat the duplication with Shift-R. Also, enable the Y option in the mirror modifier to mirror them on all sides. To create the door, I duplicated one of these faces and extruded it. For the roof, I duplicated this face and adjusted the edge positions. Then, I extruded it and added some loop cuts. Next, I extruded these edges and filled them with F. I added a cylinder and used the Boolean modifier to create a window. If the Boolean modifier doesn't work properly, just move it above the mirror modifier. Use duplication to create a frame for this window as well. Bridge faces to create the hole inside. For the roof tiles, I added a cylinder and deleted the bottom half. I placed it on the roof and copied it multiple times. I varied the gaps a bit to add some variation. Remember to keep a copy of the tiles before adding the Boolean. We'll need it soon. Duplicate the top of the roof and use it to create a Boolean object. Copy these tiles for the side and use the mirror modifier to mirror them as well. Place the tiles we copied before the Boolean for the upper floor. If the mirror modifier doesn't work properly, hit Ctrl-A and apply all transforms. Then right-click and set the origin to geometry. This should solve the problem. I also copied one of the tiles to hide the gap on the edges. Now that we have the floors completed, we can copy these parts for the second floor. To create a stylized lamp, I added a cylinder and extruded and beveled it multiple times. Select these edges, duplicate, and separate them with the P key. In Object Mode, right-click and convert them into a curve. In the Data tab, go to Geometry and increase the bevel depth. Now you can convert it back to a mesh. Place them where you want. You can also use the mirror modifier for them as well. Finally, I added some more simple details, and congratulations, our model is complete. In the next video, we'll create the materials and light this scene. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe for more awesome content. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.